Hello Pisces, welcome to your December 2020 Oracle and Tarot reading. My name is Tessa and this is Tessa's Tarot. Before I jump into your guys' reading, I just want to make a couple of quick little announcements. I am going to be using two different decks than I normally use. Usually I use the Vintage Wisdom Oracle and Influence of the Angels Tarot. But this time I'm going to be using the Queen of the Moon Oracle and Mystic Mondays Tarot, okay? And the reason for this little switch is just because the energy that I kind of woke up feeling today is an energy that takes very much that takes place very much in the subconscious realms and the emotional realms. So definitely feel free to watch your moon sign YouTube video as well, okay? Because this series of videos is very much going to be guided by moon energy, okay? And when we talk about moon energy, we kind of talk about the inner workings of our emotions, our heart, our intuition, our instincts, our subconscious and unconscious realms. You know, how we relate to the world on an inner level, you know, on a personal level from within us, okay? So this energy is very, very heavy, and I feel like as a Sagittarius, you know, we are currently in Sagittarius season. And by the way, I just have to show my little temperance shirt, which I'm representing. I finally got it in the mail. It was supposed to come before Halloween, but it showed up a little bit late, and that's okay. The temperance is the temperance card in the tarot. It's a major arcana card represented by Sagittarius, okay? So, but, you know, we are in Sagittarius season right now, and things are definitely feeling a lot lighter and a lot more, like, I feel like people are able to breathe a little bit more. I know for me as well. You know, Scorpio season was pretty heavy though. It was pretty heavy. So I really want to do these December 2020 readings still with a kind of, like, I'm still kind of feeling the lingering effects of that Scorpio season. And I really want to see how the effect of the Scorpio season is going to play out for all the zodiac signs in Sagittarius season, okay? I'm very much my moon is in Scorpio, so if you are, whether you are a Pisces sun sign, or you have a different moon sign, it's completely up to you. You can watch both your sun and your moon video, but I do encourage you to check out your moon reading as well. So, oh my God, I kind of feel like I lost my track of thought just a little bit. Yeah, so I'm a very strong, like, my moon is in Scorpio, and my moon is very, very strong. And even though I'm feeling I'm feeling Sagittarius season on a conscious level, like it's in the forefront of my mind, I'm feeling the energy of it. I'm feeling you know, Sagittarians are all about education, learning new things, meeting new people, traveling. And, you know, long distance travel is not exactly possible right now. And sometimes, you know, Sagittarians are all about breaking boundaries, taking risks. You can travel within, you know, I mean, something that I've discovered with being a Sagittarius sun and a Scorpio moon, because Scorpio moon emotions are really intense and really deep, and it can take you to some really crazy places, like within your own soul. So I really like to think of traveling as going within as well. Like if you're still stuck in quarantine, if you're still stuck in the house and you really can't take advantage of this, you know, it's like take that creative, passionate, expressive Sagittarian energy of wanting to go out and do things, and like try to bring it within. Try to see how, because Scorpio season is really heavy, and sometimes people don't thoroughly work through the things that they go through in Scorpio season. They don't completely kind of like transcend those emotions and really take the time to go through what they experience and what they feel during Scorpio season. So that's why, you know, today I was really feeling it today when I was doing my daily, I post little tarot messages on Instagram. I don't do it every day anymore, but I do it pretty frequently. So if you want to go follow me on Instagram, I'll post little tarot and oracle messages. And today it was pretty heavy in terms of the things that are going on within us right now, okay? And Sagittarius is considered, like the Temperance card is about alchemy, and it's about combining different things. It's about being able to combine the different energies that are being thrown at you, creative or passionate energies, things that are going on in the world, and kind of going within to temper all these different energies and mix it and turn it into something new, okay? So this was really, Sagittarius is also kind of known as like the eye of the storm because they are a mutable fire sign, and can be seen as very destructive, okay? But they also have this like inner, really deep intuition, where they can become extremely self-aware, not just of who they are, but like of the things that are going on, like the bigger picture and what's going on around them. So with that being said, you know, this is all relevant since we're in Sagittarius season, so that's why I'm talking to you guys about it. So this reading, Pisces, is for you, whether you're a Pisces sun or a Pisces moon. But it's really we're really gonna be looking at what it is you are needing to bring, what it is you are needing to kind of maybe bring out and onto the surface from within you. Like what is going on inside of you that you might still be holding on to from Scorpio season, that you should bring into awareness, that you should bring into creative expression and use it to turn your reality into something more like fun, okay? Or something more creative, something more passionate, something more expressive, because those energies from Scorpio season, like I said, can be extremely heavy. And if we don't really know how to use those emotions and alchemize them and turn them into something useful for ourselves and for others, because Sagittarius season is about educating others as well. It's about using knowledge to share information. It's about kind of like exploring your own, like going on your own spiritual journey within and learning something that other people can relate to, and taking those emotions, those deeper, heavier kind of feelings, and turning it into something that you can express in a way that others can relate to. Okay. So that's the best way for me to explain it. Okay, so that's what inspired me to pull out the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And then the Mystic Mondays is just a super cool tarot deck. I really like it. It has like these neon colors, very bright. Just really, I don't know, I feel a very Sagittarius vibe with these tarot cards. So this is what's going to happen for December 2020 on my channel. Also, if you are a subscriber, you probably noticed that things are a little bit different behind me. I did have to move things around in my apartment, and I ended up bringing my tarot table out of my bedroom and into my living room because I'm like, this just makes more sense. I needed a little space I wanted to use the space in my bedroom to work out and do physical activities, and I feel more comfortable doing it in my bedroom, and I feel like the tarot table out here in a more like social setting for me is like 10 million times better. And you also get to see my lovely astrology zodiac tapestry that I've had for a while, and I was like, well, it's kind of like the perfect background, right? Okay, so I'm not going to babble any longer, and I'm going to get into your reading. All right, Pisces. So I'm going to go ahead and pull three from the three oracle cards from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I did pre-shuffle them. Okay, so they are ready to go. Excuse me, I like ran out of breath for a second. Okay, so for the first card we have Sovereignty, Queen of the Moon. Wow. Okay, this is like someone who is really, really on top of their. Actually, no, this is fine. This is an energy of someone who's like in tune with your own emotions, with your intuition. It's kind of like, or the universe is calling you to be really in tune with them. Okay, we have fear. Okay, let's just kind of pull. Let's just start pulling these cards, and we have power. Okay, so we have sovereignty, fear, and power. So for December, December, it looks like December is going to be a really, really significant time for you guys, where you're really going to come into the intensity of your emotions. Okay. And I mean, I know that you guys do kind of carry a lot of intense emotions. I mean, you're a mutable water sign. So as a mutable water sign, I feel like your emotions are always transcending themselves, like and it seems like the only way for you guys to fully understand the things that you feel inside and your emotions is to constantly express them, is to constantly say what you are feeling, especially as a mutable water sign. I think that is how you're able to sort of cleanse yourself so it doesn't feel so heavy within your own body, within your own soul. Because if you guys do hold, and with Scorpio season, that fixed water energy, Scorpios can hold on to a lot of emotion. Like that emotion just kind of brews within them, and they're able to really hold on to it. So when they are triggered, it's like run for your life, because they don't express it the way that you guys express emotion. They're more like grounded in it, so to speak. Okay, so there is, so I mean, honestly, like I am picking up on this kind of there is a little bit of fear here in terms of really going into the depths of your soul, like really going into the deep end of your soul and sort of trying to, it's like allowing yourself to go into the deep end and having like believing that you have the power and the faith to bring those feelings up to the surface in a way that shows your wisdom and strength, not like in a destructive way. I feel like that is going to be your like your challenge this month, or that's going to be your like reckoning. That's going to be your awakening, is being able to really kind of go into the depths of your emotions and understand the power that your emotions have, the power that they have to turn into something that you can use in a creative way. Okay? Because, so Sagittarius is about travel and meeting new people, but Sagittarian energy is also very expressive. They speak their truth. They are mutable fire. Like they are very much expressive. And they're also very creative in what they're expressing. Like they really believe that the things that they are saying and expressing are truth, I mean, of course they're not always right, but they're so passionate about their convictions and about the things that they're saying that it comes out as like truth, like ultimate truth. So this month is really going to be like pretty big for you guys. In all honesty, it's going to be really big for your guys, especially with this sovereignty card over here, like really stepping into your power and like understanding how to harness your emotions in a way that is going to be expressive, but not like so emotional. It's kind of like turning all those emotions into a more creative form of expression. Okay, so I'm going to start pulling the Mystic Mondays Tarot cards, okay? So we have Strength. You see how awesome and beautiful these cards are? And I love how like the light It's getting a little, what is it, 3:30 p.m. So it's not as bright outside anymore, but the light still looks really cool. Okay. Then we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so the Strength card is Leo. Okay, Nine of Swords. We have Mars in Gemini. So I'm just going to pull all the tarot cards and then we'll talk about them. The Knight of Swords is Gemini. The World card is Saturn. I can't talk. The World card is Saturn. The planet Saturn. The Star card, Aquarius. Oh my God, you're getting a lot of major arcanas. Yeah, so this is going to be super significant. December is going to be super significant for you guys. 10 of Wands. We have Saturn in Sagittarius. Very interesting. Okay, and then we have the Queen of Wands. This is Aries. See, gorgeous. Okay. And then we have the King of Swords, Aquarius. Very interesting. And then we have the Two of Wands, Mars in Aries. Okay. I can definitely see, and also if I didn't say this in the beginning of the video, I'm sorry. I feel like you guys already know though, these are general readings, so they might not resonate with everybody, okay? And I do tend to focus a little bit more on like spiritual guidance, you know, like kind of inner guidance, spiritual guidance. But if things start to show up in the reading that reflects on maybe like a relationship that you're in or things like that, I will definitely speak on that. So just kind of like letting you guys know about how I work here. So, okay, so we have Strength, Nine of Swords, and Nine of Swords. Okay, yeah. So this this emotional energy, it's really going to take you, it's going to make you, it's really, really going to test your strength. It's really going to make you like, you might even go through a period where you're going to start overthinking your emotions. You know, you're going to start thinking a little bit too much about the things that you're feeling and like, okay, well, how, like, what is she talking about? How am I supposed to turn my emotions into, you know, something that's not so emotional? So it looks like you're going to go through like a bit of a, you're going to go through some like different processes here. Like, okay, because the air element is showing up, this is the best way to, sorry. The best way to explain it is like, so there's going to be like different stages, okay? There's going to be different stages of how you are going to understand the way your emotions work, okay? So it looks like in the beginning, you're going to kind of like hit some stages where your tongue is going to come out a little sharp, you know, like sometimes the things that we feel, it becomes, when we start to overthink the things that we're feeling and the things that are going on inside of us, and we start to really like overthink it, because it becomes so condensed and so overwhelming in our mind. When we're not really allowing it to translate in a creative way, and it becomes so stuck in a mental way, then when you express it, it comes out very sharp-tongued. You know, it comes out in a very like cutting kind of way, where, you know, it could, the things that you say could be hurtful to other people. Things that you say can be very you know, like let's say, for example, during Scorpio season, you went through like a really bad breakup. Okay, this is just an example. And now you're kind of being forced to like work through your feelings and work through your emotions. And you're like overthinking and you're thinking like, okay, well, what went wrong and this and this and this. But maybe you start to get caught up in one specific memory, and your mind kind of takes you to a very specific moment where the person like really hurt you. You know, the person like really hurt your feelings and maybe said something that really. So because that is the memory that is sticking out, when you go to express yourself, that like then when someone triggers you, that energy kind of comes out. That energy of the way that someone treated you, then you will treat somebody else. It's kind of like this domino effect when we don't really allow ourselves to fully work through our feelings on a more like spiritual level, like on a more like broad, the bigger picture kind of level. And the reason why I'm talking about the bigger picture is because in Sagittarius season, it is about taking those feelings and seeing and not allowing those feelings to be so consumed by, oh, you did this to me, I feel like this, you know, like do not be so consumed with the I and with the me, but to be a little bit more understanding of like the collective. Like, okay, so this is what I went through. This person hurt me. He said these words. And now I'm thinking about all this and I'm thinking about my experiences, but it's kind of like forcing you to go a little bit deeper. It's forcing you to think, well, okay, I went through this, but how can my experiences, how can I communicate my experiences in a way that can maybe help somebody else? Not just, this is what I'm feeling, you know, but it's like, how can I use my experiences to teach other people about what I went through and how I helped myself through it? Because Sagittarius season is also about teaching, and it's about education, and it's about higher learning. So I hope that example made sense. Okay, I hope that example made sense. So that's kind of like, that might be the challenge for you guys. The challenge might be to really kind of figure out how to feel your emotions and to allow yourself to like allow yourself the freedom to think about your feelings in a bigger picture, in a bigger way, because I know you guys are very intuitive, so it could just be about learning to transmute and to translate these feelings into something that you can express a little bit more. It doesn't even have to be logically, but like compassionately, okay? Like in a compassionate, where it will allow you to have compassion. So that's kind of the best way to explain that. You know, and to be able to communicate it in a way that's, you know, where it can be logical, but not so sharp-tongued, maybe? Okay, so there is definitely a sense of fear, though, in maybe, like, not knowing how to do that, or in maybe because, like, you guys already feel so much, because I know that, like, Pisces can be empath, like, I know you guys can be empaths also, so it's also like, well, you could be taking on, and especially if you, because I do kind of get an empath vibe over here, so if you are an empath and you're already taking on your own feelings along with the feelings of the world, like, it's kind of like you feel like you have so much inside of you that and you feel like it's maybe coming from other places. It's not just coming from within yourself, but it's also kind of coming from like other places in the world. So I do kind of see that vibe going on here too. It's like, well, you know, it's like, okay, so how do I, you know, I definitely get the feeling like maybe this is a burden for you. It's a burden for you to feel all these different things and also be able to express it in a way that can be helpful to others instead of like damaging to others. Because like with the world and the star card over here, which is Saturn and Aquarius, there is like this need to kind of turn all of these, like if you're an empath and you're able to absorb other people's emotions and you feel like these emotions that you're absorbing kind of belong to the collective unconscious, which is very possible. I mean, you guys are ruled by the planet Neptune, and Neptune is like pretty out there. Neptune is right next to Pluto, very much close to the unconscious realms, like very dream-like realm. So it could be a little bit confusing in terms of being able to express what you're feeling and what you're going through in a way that can make sense to people. But with this star energy over here, there is a sense that like that you are able to heal. You're able to heal others through that. Okay, you're able to heal others through that if you can just kind of get through the that feeling of being burdened by this. Because I think that you guys feel very burdened by the fact that you accumulate so much emotion inside you and energy. And it seems like the only way to release it is just to like, you know, but, you know, I mean, at the same time, like I'm looking at this outcome over here underneath this power card. And I mean, it kind of like, it is that's like your superpower. That's your superpower. Your superpower is being able to absorb these different energies, and it kind of like mingles inside of you, and it might be hard for you to differentiate your feelings from the world's feelings because it kind of mixes in together. And because you guys are ruled by the planet Neptune, Neptune can be a very confusing kind of planet because it takes place in the dream realm, and it takes place in like the realm of illusions, and it can confuse the hell out of people. I mean, Pisces is currently in Neptune in astrology. It's currently in its home planet, and that's probably why a lot of people are very confused about what the heck is going on in our country and the world in general. But you are able to like, this is a like superpower for you. It's a superpower to be able to absorb and to just kind of like, there's a sense of just like, there's a sense of knowing instinctually or intuitively. There's a sense of like just being automatically in tune with what's going on around you. And you just kind of like you don't really think too much about how you're expressing yourself. You're just letting it come out the way that it needs to come out. Okay. But the fact that the Queen of Wands showed up, which is an Aries card, it comes right after you guys on the zodiac wheel and not like the Queen of Cups per se. It does kind of show that you are going to be able by the end of the month, you know, that you are going to figure out how to use this superpower that you have and express it in a creative, like, kind of way, in a way that can really pioneer a new way of thinking, that can kind of forge a new path forward in reference to how people see your energy and your superpower, okay? And then we have the King of Swords here, Aquarius energy, right by your side, like rooting for you. Like, yes, this is going to drive the world forward. The King of Swords is a very progress-oriented, future-oriented energy. Aquarius energy is very much about the future and about driving things forward. So you have this energy like rooting you on, okay? So whether this is a partner, somebody that you do have in your life, or just some kind of male figure, it could just be an energy. It could just very much be that. It could be an energy. It could be a friend, you know, who's an Aquarius. But that Aquarian energy is kind of like saying like, yes, like this is the way to do it. And it looks like you do kind of like step out with this Two of Wands over here, Mars and Aries. You do kind of step out into the world with this ability to have a more creative, expressive way of sharing what you know and what you understand in reference to what's going on inside of you and what you understand your emotions to be, and the ability to kind of like take that first step on your path, to take that first step on this new journey of knowing and understanding how to express that side of yourself. Okay. So this is your reading. And if it seemed a little vague, I do apologize. I'm trying to be as, I was trying to make it as understanding as possible. Like, I don't really know what's, you know, exactly who I'm talking to on here. So, but I hope that I made it as comprehensive as possible. Only you guys know exactly what's going on within you. And I feel like maybe this will make sense to you, maybe even more than it makes sense to me, because I'm not a Pisces. But this is the message that I have for you, Pisces. I hope that it helped, and I will see you for your mid-December reading. Bye.